Hello everybody and welcome to a new video. Today we're going to talk about what you would like to see different at festivals in 2023. What are things that annoy you that could be better, or just things that you would like to see different in general. I'm really excited for this video. I got some really good answers. I asked you on Instagram, so if you're interested in participating in these videos and you don't follow me there, that's where I ask in my stories, so check me out there. That's Alena Ch, so small Alena, that's what it means for those wondering. So yeah, I'm really excited to get into this. I got answers from visitors, but also from organizations themselves and also from artists. So yeah, got a lot of answers. Some of them were actually quite the same, so that's interesting that a lot of people have the same opinion on this. I did just get back from the gym, and also the sun is going in and out, so it's not like the greatest setup that I've ever done. Also, I was going to drink my shake during this video. I was like, oh, that's easy, I'll just film and then drink my protein shake. And then I shook it without the cap on, so now I'm just holding it awkwardly because it's sticky instead of putting it down. So if you see me like that, that's why. I am still drinking the YFood shake, by the way. It's freaking good. I just do 300 milliliters of water and then 3 scoops. And I really love their like normal drink bottles as well. I'll insert a picture here, especially if I'm on the road a lot. I drank them a lot at weekenders such as Defcon and Decibel. I brought them. It's freaking amazing because they just fill you up so well and they're healthy. They have like lots of minerals and vitamins. I think 26 if I say it like straight from my brain. There's lots of protein, there's lots of fiber, so it's really healthy for you. So this is the chocolate flavor, but I also really love the banana one. They have lots of flavors. Sun is coming in and out. Sorry for that. It's nice and warm though. I like it. It's cozy. But if you're not sure what flavor you want to go for, they do have taster packs. Everything on their website you can order with code Alena YouTube, and then you get a discount. So whether you want to go for a taster pack or some powder or the bars or any of the flavors of their drinks, use the code, get a discount, and try it out. Let's get into these questions because I can keep on talking sometimes. So the first 3 are actually very, very similar, and lots of people said that. It's like really interesting. Free water on every festival, especially on German events. And then the second one, water should be not so expensive. Next one was always free water. And then if I scroll a little, there's more cheaper or free water please, and the please in caps. Free tap water at every festival. More free water in all caps. So I totally get this. Honestly, water should be free at every festival. There should be free water available at every festival. And you should also be able to bring your own bottles, I think. That would be very nice. I think it's allowed at some festivals. Especially weekenders, you're allowed to do that. But there have been some festivals last summer where I was at, and they didn't even have water taps at the toilets. Like, in the very, very least, I should be able to buy a bottle of water, and then when it's empty, I should be able to refill it at the toilets. But they should have more tap points. And in the Netherlands, I don't know how much degrees it is, but if it's above a certain degree in Celsius in the Netherlands, they have to have free water. But I just think it should be always like water. Like, every human needs water. It's like our first priority to stay alive. I don't know how to say this, but you get what I mean. So I totally agree, and I think every festival should have enough free water. Even if you have to buy a bottle first, at least make sure people can fill them. There were also a lot of comments about payments. I think a lot of people are sick of the tokens in the Netherlands. It's not just the Netherlands, but in the Netherlands it's the main way to pay is with tokens. And I agree. First of all, it's a waste of plastic. It's definitely a big waste of plastic. And I think they're gonna be prohibited in a while. I think they're working on that, but it's not really true yet. The cards are a good option, and even like getting one card for each person at a festival is already like less plastic and less of a hassle than the tokens, right? But big events or big organizations like Q-Dance or B2S, it would be perfect to have like an ID&T card or a Q-Dance card that you can that you can use at all events. Actually, my friend Paul said this a while ago, and I think it's a really good idea. For example, at Ziggo Dome, you can either use your own card or get a Ziggo Dome card if you have cash with you, so you can just like exchange the cash for a card. I know at Tomorrowland they have the bracelets. Barucheville had them too, like the bracelets with a little chip in it and you can put money on it and then just pay with the chip. There's so many options. And I think like tokens, we're kind of done with it. The ratio from people to toilets. And yes, at some festivals, this is really a thing where there's like so little toilets. It would be really nice if there's some more toilets sometimes. Hey Gunther, joining me. So next up is improving the recycle system. Good idea, but there's some space for improvement. And I agree with that. For those who don't know, I will quickly explain. But right now you get a little token. Usually from wood. When you enter the festival, when you get a drink, you either give the token or you give something else from plastic. So usually a cup or whatever you drink and then you get a discount. You pay less, or actually you pay extra if you don't do it. Some festivals I've seen where you have to pay extra if you don't like bring a token or something else from plastic. Some festivals I've seen that you get a discount. It's the same system. It's basically the same. I definitely do think there's room for improvement, but I wouldn't really know how right now. So if anyone has any ideas on that or like what's going on with that, let me know. I'm really curious about that. But I do think it's a good step in the right direction. Not announcing the sale all at once for bigger events like DEF CON, Decibel, Intense and Rebirth. I do get that, because you can pay for everything all at once. I think you can even get like a payment system now for DEF CON, which is kind of insane, but also kind of good. I don't know what to think about that. It does make it easier for people to buy tickets. And I get that when everything is announced at the same time, you have to make choices. But that's also kind of why these festivals are doing it. Like, for example, if DEF CON announces first and all the others are a month later, then lots of people will already have their DEF CON tickets and may not be able to go to the others. So then the others lose customers. So you get what I mean. Festivals could use one festival app platform for their events. Like Ticket Swap is now common for ticket resale. I think what they mean is that all these festivals are now coming out with their own apps. You do have apps like Epic, which I always use for my timetables, but it would be nice if it's like more common. I do like the apps usually, but I still use Epic because I just like to have everything in one place. The only really nice thing about the apps is with the big weekenders where there's so much information that an app is really nice. But yeah, that would be fun. Also, I will be doing videos about the big festivals again. I will do a general festival guide in March, I think, maybe start of April. And then for every like of the big weekenders, I'll do a video about all the details and a packing list and everything like that. So let me know about what festivals I should do that in the comments, and I'll keep it in mind. Next up is letting people in at least half an hour before the beginning. It's a pity for the DJ that's playing first. And actually, in Germany, they do this at a lot of clubs. I know Bootshaus and lots of other clubs actually open doors half an hour or an hour before the first DJ starts playing. It helps with the queues, which in Germany are pretty long usually. I feel like people really come on time in Germany, which we Dutch people do less, I feel like. I mean, I usually don't come in time, but it does help with getting people in before the DJ actually starts playing. So yeah, that's a good idea. More signs in bigger halls for the floors. Best example, Thunderdome now. It was very hard to find the best way. I didn't go to Thunderdome because I really hurt my back laying this floor that's here. It's a pretty floor, but it was a lot of work. But I heard that it was very hard to find the right stage. And I do agree with that. Like signs, so easy. Just put a big sign above the door. Like, hey, this is the main stage. Hey, this is the extreme hardcore or whatever. Like that would be really helpful. That the most festivals just use LED walls for the stages and no normal elements like last year. Something that I really have learned now I'm going more to techno events is that big difference between the hardcore events where we have like these stages, actual like stage builds that look really cool. I think the best example is DEF CON, of course, but Intense also have some really good stages, Decibel as well. And there's lots of festivals with good stages, even indoor. While in the techno, it's usually like these big screens. I like both. I have seen some really, really sick visuals at the more Psy and techno festivals. I've seen some crazy shit on TikTok. I'll see if I can find the video and insert it. Like, I love that. I really like it. I actually went to We Are Electric 2019, I think it was the last edition, where they had the Chemical Brothers, and just that like 3D crazy show was freaking amazing, and I think I prefer that over like a big stage. But that's definitely preference, I think. Not just festivals, but stop with the indoor smoking, Jesus Christ, and force that shit, ban it. So it is banned in the Netherlands, but people still do it. And I agree, I fucking hate smoking. It's just so gross to me. Defo, the shower situation. Intense is doing a great job with that. Defcon and Decibel are not. Intense really is doing a great job at the showers. There's also always big shower buildings. You can go in 24 hours. The usual situation at weekenders is that there are certain hours where it's free and certain hours where you have to pay a token or half a token, which I think they should always be free. But I usually go when I have to pay because less people go then. Bye-bye, why are you yelling? Come! I'm also that person that doesn't shower much at festivals, like weekends. I just can't be fucking bothered. But it can get really annoying when you have to be in a queue, and even more annoying if it's like a long walk to get there. It's like early in the morning and you just want to pee and have a shower and you have all your stuff. It's like a 10-minute walk. Yeah, that's annoying. I do get that. Make them stop entering every order on a tablet at the bar so lines get bigger and bigger. And I think this ties in with the whole make the payment systems better. Toilets and showers on the campsite. I know it's part of the experience, but it's so dirty. And once again, I have to say Intense usually does a good job at this, and they're, in my experience, pretty clean. Defcon, I didn't really have problems either. Decibel, I don't remember. Did I go shower at Decibel? Oh, my friends had a apartment, so I showered there. So, yeah, they can be pretty gross, especially the toilets. They can smell so bad. It would be nice if they clean it a little bit more often. Ticket and food prices are getting pretty ridiculous. Yes, I can't really speak on this because I'm gonna have to be honest, I haven't paid for a ticket in a long time. Obviously, this is my job. I get invited either as guest list or I go there with an artist or I have to film for TikTok. Like there's always something going on. I'm working at these festivals. But I do know a lot of my friends said the same thing, like it's getting really expensive and tokens are getting really expensive too. And I think if we actually use our cards or any system with the bracelets or whatever, that would also get less. Obviously it will still be expensive, but you don't have to buy a certain amount of tokens and just like guess how much you're gonna use. So yeah, that ties in a little bit with that. And I think right now everything is expensive, especially in the Netherlands. Like we pay so much for everything. I do really get that people go to less festivals because they just can't pay for it. Big screens would be helpful. In the crowd you can't see what's happening on stage. And this is interesting because that reminds me of like the concerts, right? And some festivals do have it. Actually at Free Your Mind X Verknipt in Ziggo Dome last time, they did have sometimes the DJs on screen. I've seen it before at other festivals as well. That would be interesting, especially at the bigger stages, the main stage at the big festivals, to have just like the screens where you can see the stage. I think especially, for example, with Power Hour or something, that would be really interesting because it is hard to see from the crowd what's actually happening on stage. I'm 160, like 162. I'm like tiny and I can't see shit. I'm always looking through my camera. That's how I watch what's happening on stage. So screens would be helpful and that would be really interesting actually. This is a photographer saying this, and as someone who is always working with a camera, I totally agree. Too much smoke. It is so hard to film or photograph like anyone or a DJ or whatever is happening on stage when there's like smoke in the whole freaking area. It's also for me, someone who has like, my lungs aren't too great. Like smoke is just, I just like kind of can't breathe. So yeah, but it does look really cool with like the strobophobia lights. So yeah, that's like two sides of a coin. Parking and instructions for living areas. I don't really get what they mean with living areas, but parking sometimes is really good. Especially usually indoor locations do have their like parking locations. With the festivals is sometimes a hassle, and I also get that it's like hard to regulate. I do think the prices of parking last summer were freaking ridiculous. I'm obviously lucky that often I get a parking ticket or backstage parking or whatever, something like that. But some were like really, really high for a day of parking. You can always look up the area around it and park in a street nearby, which is harder at like the big festivals where they just have these fields and the nearest like neighborhood is a 30-minute walk. Obviously, that's making it a lot harder. Someone says Mutilator versus Fraw on the main stage as much as possible. I love both these guys, so I'm gonna agree. More inflatables and making dress up mandatory. I don't think dress up should be mandatory unless there's a theme. I fucking hate it when there's a theme and people don't dress to the theme. Like, don't go to a themed party then. Like, for example, Carnival or something like that. Dress up. Like, even if it's just like a simple onesie. I do have a onesie video coming up for you on TikTok and Instagram, which is exciting and also a giveaway. But like, I agree. I love dressing up. Like, this is what I look like at home and in the gym, but at festivals I freaking love it. I love like doing the makeup and everything. I don't always do it, but especially if there's a theme, dress up. Also, more inflatables, always good for me. They look amazing. I think it's so much fun. You do get them like in your face 20 times when you're at Power Hour, but it's worth it. I just really like it. Outdoor festivals that last more than one day could open the stage at night, 24 hours or 48-hour festivals. And that's interesting because there are festivals in the Netherlands that have it, and DEF CON used to have it, but it's not always allowed in like the area where the festival is. Silent discos are an option. I do personally like silent discos. I think it can be very fun, but I also get that people would really like a real stage. And I also think if you have 24-hour festivals where there's like areas with stages that are 24 hours, then also the people that actually want to sleep aren't as bothered by the people that don't want to sleep, because the people that don't want to sleep are going to like those areas, and then those that will want to sleep can sleep. So I think that would be a good solution and a good thing. So this person sent in a whole list. The first one is 9 out of 10 times I don't get checked when I enter the festival. And I don't, on one hand it's annoying to get like fully checked. I don't remember where I was, but he checked like every single fucking thing in my jacket, and it just took so long, and it was kind of annoying because it took so long. But I also do agree that people should be checked because of weapons and stuff. And we're gonna be honest, like, I'm sober, but most people are not, and if they want to bring drugs can't even say the word, if they want to bring drugs, they're gonna do it anyway, and you're not gonna find it by going through their jacket pockets. But yeah, people should be checked, obviously for safety reasons. There's too little places to sit down. Yes, I agree. I often want to get food and there's nowhere to sit. It's really annoying. Put some more chill places around the festival. Like, make some spots for that. Make some like pretty nice spots for that. I think house festivals and stuff have it a bit more than ours. But like, even at hardstyle and hardcore, people want to sit down and maybe eat something or just relax for a second. Last one of that list is there is trash everywhere, and I think the recycle token is really helping with that. It's become so much less. If you look at now and before Corona, it is so much less plastic on the floor. Remember when we used to dance in like a sea of plastic at the end of the night? That's pretty much gone. That's really good. I love the campsites, but there's too little space from tent to tent. And yes, sometimes all the tents are just like intertwined with each other, which is annoying. Traveling to/from festivals, 90% of them are a complete mess, both bus service and car parking. And I do know that the bus services are sometimes really messy and they don't go as much as they should. Water should be cheaper than alcohol. Yes, it should be. Water should be free. Every venue should have chairs in the music area, like Gelderdoom, Sporthalle Zuid and Paradiso. More variety in food. DEF CON had kibbeling. Never seen that anywhere else before. DEF CON is pretty good with its food. And I do agree. I think it's getting better as well. As someone who's vegetarian and I like to eat vegan a lot, it's kind of hard. Sometimes my options are only fries and then occasionally pizza, but I'm kind of allergic to milk, so pizza just makes me nauseous. I do eat it because pizza is just so fucking good, and I, just accept it that it's gonna make me nauseous. I do drink hot chocolate as well occasionally. That's my own choice, okay? But sometimes the options are just so freaking little and they should have more options. Also like gluten-free options. There's people who can't freaking eat that stuff, like they're dying. More 2 or 3 hour sets, especially at bigger festivals. Again, agree. I really like special sets. More variety in artists. At the Lost Intent, some artists played every single day. I also think that's a little bit of a problem in our scene because we're quite a small scene. So like some of these bigger artists are going to be playing at every festival and sometimes at multiple festivals. I would like to see more genres at some of our bigger festivals. Like there's very little industrial hardcore, for example. There's not always a lot of Frenchcore, which are both still hard as styles, but even like hard tech, or we had some Russian hard bass at Decibel, stuff like that I think would be really enjoyable. It also sucks when the lights, dancers and decoration is top notch, but the sound system is crap. Yes, first rule, sound system should be good. I'd rather have just a stage with a DJ and some LED lights with a good sound system than a whole show and bad sound system. My personal pet peeve is when early and millennium is combined at one stage. I can get that. It's like the same with Frenchcore and uptempo. That annoys me too. But I also get that there may not be enough stages to put like them separately. My camera stopped recording, so I hope that last piece was in there. But those were pretty much everything. There's a few more that's repeating what we already said. Most of them were about the toilets. They were about the water. They were about the payments situation. So I think those 3 are the main issues we're having. I would really like to see how this is going to change. I think we're making big step when it comes to the recycle system. We've seen different payments at different festivals already. I think more and more festivals are going to go down that road. The water should just be fixed, honestly. Free water, great. At DEFCON you can even get like those water bags, which are really nice. And there just should be like enough places to get water. So I think we're definitely taking steps in the right direction with everything. Of course, our festivals are freaking amazing. I'm so excited for this year. I have a ton of plans, not only for indoor season, but outdoor season as well. As I said, this Saturday I'll be at In Your Face Chronicles. This may go up after that, so sorry for that. I'm there for their TikTok. Then I'm going to be at BKG and for Party Racer for a vlog. I'm going to Peacock Meditation Time in Boat's house, also for In Your Face TikTok. February is just going to be freaking insane. Really excited. I see my batteries flashing, so I'm going to say bye. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you at BKG and for Party Racer real soon. I'm freaking excited. And let me know what you want to see from me this year. Let's do this. Love you. Bye.